All right, all right. You hear me now? Let's make sure this is all right. Microphone check 1 2. Let's go. I'm here to talk about Lovecraft Country, episode 2. Do a breakdown for those who had some questions about it. We'll go over a few points on the show, and then we'll see what's up for those who want to talk about it. I had a few people that had a bunch of questions and stuff messaging me, and so we'll see how it is from there. Um, Couple things that's tripped out about it is I like how they integrate the different poems from James Baldwin and different music. So, like in episode 2, which is titled "Whitey's on the Moon." I mean, this is very edgy show, mixing a lot of real topics with the occult and supernatural things. And, sometimes people ask me, what do I watch on YouTube and things? And that's the type of things I'm not all of that, but some of that type of stuff is what I do check out. So we'll see. I see Court, you want to come on and talk about Lovecraft. I don't see you on there yet. I see when they get in there. But when this start off, this episode, they playing moving on up, the Jeffersons. They start off, everybody doing good, everybody is welcome. They got the clothes they want, fit perfectly. He got a library of all his perfect books. But, the main character, dude, he ain't ready. Tig, he knows something ain't right. And so he's the only one that understand that something they say, when you ever go unannounced to some white folks house and they welcome you with open arms. And so they trying to figure out what's going on, and they getting welcome to do all this different stuff. And so let's see. Hey, what's up, Miss Shalina? I appreciate you. Rodney Stevenson, what's up? What's up, man? How you doing, man? Thanks for checking in. Miss Shalina, I appreciate you, sis, for your support. You really a great supporter of the channel. I appreciate you. Thank you. It seems like not a lot of people know about Lovecraft Country yet, but as more people start to check this out, I think they're gonna enjoy it. And also, I got a couple of trailers that I'm gonna do a review for as well. And I'll do a live review with the trailer as well as we talk about it. So anyway, we see that in this episode, the main characters they are trying to figure out why we here, what's going on, all this stuff, best clothes, best everything. They wasn't they say they was expecting them now. Now they came unannounced, but the dudes in them said they was expecting them, knew their names and everything, and then was tripped out when they was talking in the yard. How when she rang the little bell, dude already came out with salt and pepper. He already knew she knew that she was gonna need some salt and pepper. And that's an inside joke because a lot of black folks always say white folks can't season the food or this or that, and that's something. So how did he already know she was gonna need some salt and pepper on the food though? And then what's up with the memory loss? And so, that's what's up. Oh man, that's what's up, Miss Shalina. Yeah, HBO got probably the best overall catalog of shows though out of everybody. I have to give HBO they props. I mean, from Game of Thrones to Sopranos to, I mean, the list go on and on. If you go on the HBO, I sound like I work for HBO. But if you go on the HBO app the HBO app has more things. This HBO Max Go, because that's HBO and Cinemax is combined. But if you get the app, you can get them both, and they got all kind of stuff. But anyway, I get the apps with my cable, so I don't know if you already have cable and you don't know that you can get the apps for free. because you already have it with your paid cable subscription. So that's a little sidetrack info if you want to check these shows out and you didn't know that. But anyway, so, you know, one of the things that they were saying, and I got a couple points over here, I got to keep checking, make sure. And before I go on, after I make this last point, I'm going to pull up the trailer and we can look and see what the trailer for that episode was looking like. But yeah, so where they were, they said that it was a remote location and that it wasn't even a phone line available. And so they out in the middle of nowhere and no phone line, remote location, this huge house. They don't know what's going on. And let's see, they trying to figure out, how is this possible? They know all this stuff. They have them come to some type of meeting, but she wasn't available. They said that was going to be later. Now, before they was able to do that later, they went looking around through the place. That car. Now, they had memory loss. You know, you know, they had memory loss. And so he's wondering how they don't remember what happened. Tig. And so what really had happened behind the scenes was it was a spell that was put on them. Okay. And they didn't know it at the time. And that's how later on in the episode, when he was talking to her, he said, go ahead. When he was talking to her about the memory loss, she said anybody that encounters those monsters has memory loss. The only reason that he probably didn't have memory loss is because he got the blood. He a son of the sun. So they had the memory loss because they encountered those monsters. He didn't because he got the blood of the son of the sun. So that was the difference why he didn't have the memory loss. Because I was wondering, some people said why he didn't have the memory loss. And so he was able to still see and understand that what was going on, and they was trying to look for their dad. Now, I don't understand how he kind of dug himself out of that dungeon. I guess the people was watching him didn't know that he was digging himself, but he replaced that brick behind himself, I guess. But nevertheless, that they was about to get their dad out of there. And so when they was talking later, when Unc got shot, Courtney B. Vance, then he was saying we need to talk because he may not be your son. So the blood come from his mother's side. But Courtney B. Vance is the one saying he may have been his father, which explains why his character was always so nice and looking out for him. Because he think that he may be the father because he didn't got some of that, you know, some of that mama thing. Let's see. Court, you still confused on what's going on with the show. All right, so it's set in like the 50s, I believe. And the dude is coming from the South, from Florida. He got a vivid imagination. So if you look at the very first episode, you probably thinking, what in the world is going on? It looked like Saving Private Ryan versus War of the Worlds, but he wake up. So he got a vivid imagination. That's the main character. It's in segregation times in America. And Tig, he ends up going to Chicago. That's where he's from. And then he finds out from a letter from his father that it's an inheritance, secret birthright, and that he need to go check it out. It's on his mother's side. So he decided that, okay, since my uncle, back in those days during segregation times, in order for black folks to travel during certain parts of the country, you had to have, it was helpful to have a green book so that you can navigate, know where to eat safely, stay safely, wherever. And so Unc was making a version of the green book. And so he said, well, I was about to update my book. Hey, we can go down that way. And it was actually up north to Massachusetts is where they going to Ardham, Massachusetts. So he said, look, you can roll with me and I'll update my book and we to go look for your pops. He said, all right, cool. Now, when they was leaving, Letitia up in Lewis, but that's Jurnee Smollett, who's looking great in this as always, but nevertheless, she hitched a ride because she didn't really have a place to stay or make no money, really do nothing. So that was something for her to do. And so they end up all leaving, going to get his book updated, and at the same time look for his brother, because his brother is Tig's father, and Tig looking for his daddy, and she just rolling to roll and see what's up. And so while they go there, they end up, of course, encountering racism and other things. There's different sundown towns, which was real. Whereas if you was black and caught in this town when sundown comes, then, you know, that may be your last sunset. And so they had to get out of places like that. And then they finally, after all the stuff they go through, get stopped by the cops. And then when they stop by the cops, then they get escorted into the woods. Who knows what they was about to do to them. And then that's when these little monsters things comes out of nowhere. All right. And that's when it started to really go a different place, because now you got the monsters coming out. Now they wondering what's going on. We looking at the cops. Everybody wondering. They running for their life. It's a local cabin. They end up going shacking up in the cabin. You got Uncle George. Hold on. Let me in. He falling around. That's Courtney B. Vance. He too old for this. I'm too old for this. He's like the Danny Glover of the show. Nah, I'm just playing, but he get in there, and so they all make it. One of the, officers got bit. He began to turn into one of the monsters. He like, hey, you need to shoot him. The other officer refused to shoot him. He ended up getting ate up. So she ended up making a run for it to get the vehicle. Once she got the vehicle, wood paneled car, and they realized the lights affected them. So she came, got the lights, whatever, got them up off of them, got them out of there. And I'm telling them pretty much how it go, but it's still worth watching because I'm leaving out a lot of the good parts and details. Nevertheless, then we see after she come rescue him, the car no longer ready to ride. They walk to the birthright, where they thought they were supposed to go, where they said it was a big mansion. And when they knock on the door, that's what they say, we expecting you. They all dirty, bloody. They act like it was nothing, like they was in 3-piece suits. That's the end of the first episode. And then the second episode is where it kick off, where they got everything they want. And so it's like really playing with their head. They being manipulated. You see what I'm saying? And so once they did that, Linda, what's up? Hey, Lena, my bad. You really like this show? Yeah, it is pretty good. It's interesting. From what I heard, the 5th episode really gets a little crazy. Let's see. Is that his dad? So I think Courtney B. Vance's character is his dad, because they were ready to fight at first. And they were saying, hey, don't even bring that up. We already decided about that. And what ended up happening was, hey, they stopped talking. He got a bullet in him. The place was about to fall apart. They never got to finish talking about it, and then he died. But the way that Michael K. Williams' character got upset, chances are he probably did get some of that twid knot. Yeah, he probably did get some of that twid knot. And that's why he upset, because it is a probability. And so, hey, You know, Big Ben, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Appreciate you for stopping through. Support. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Thanks. I'm glad you enjoy it. Let's see. Say you got to fix your fire stick. Yeah, hey, man, it's pretty interesting, man. And so now, here comes the kicker. So once they inside, not only are their heads being manipulated, this is episode 2. Now they starting to see that it's some type of the occult going on, and Freemasonry and witchcraft, all that kind of stuff going on. They take him upstairs. He see that the main dude of the house is screaming in pain while some dude is cutting something out of him and removing a body part. It looked like a piece of liver or something, spleen, piece of sizzling. Next thing you know, dude is getting stitched up. He trying to talk, do whatever. Later, they see that he talking about, I'm giving a piece of me to share with y'all, and there's some type of dinner with all these dudes, and they eating a piece of this dude's sizzling, piece of liver or whatever that was, spleen. Then Courtney B. Vance, and that's another thing. This got a lot of occult and symbolism in it, because Courtney B. Vance character, they showed when they was having a block party, he had on the fez. And so if you don't know what that is, that's the hat that he was wearing, the red hat that's kind of it's not squared at the top, it's kind of rounded but come popping up red. Sometimes you'll see it's like the Shriners, and they'll have like the sword, but that's a different organization. But anyway, he said that he was a Prince Hall Freemason in episode 2. So he said he a Prince Hall Freemason, and he found their book, their guidebook. When he was going through their library, he moved the book, and then the secret doorway opened up. And so when he went in there, he found the handbook for the occult. And see, he's part. That's why when he got up and said it, he knew what to say, and he understood what to say, because he's part of it too. It's just different levels, different layers, and it's different ranks. But the higher up in ranks you go, then the more you understand what really is going on. And yeah, it was kind of deep right there. Jazzy Jeff, what's up, brother? Thanks for checking in, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, Lovecraft is crazy, man. It's something else, man. It's an interesting show. It's got a lot of unique things in it, and it's controversial. I like shows that push the limits. Be real. If you're gonna talk about it, talk about it. I mean, for real. It's not like you gotta be negative or whatever. Like when they talk about the Jim Crow situations or whatever, like they really talk about it. They show it. Sometimes things can be uncomfortable, but it wasn't like they was trying to portray anything but what it was. And when they say stuff, I just like that. And I like the show so far. I'm wondering how deep it may get into that stuff, because it may get a little confusing for a lot of people that's never looked into that stuff. And they may think, man, what in the world is this? This show is weird. But some people that know or looked into that stuff more will probably love it. The problem is how many people have looked into that stuff nowadays. We have to see. Hey, man, I appreciate it, Cash, man. Thanks, man. Let's say, Ben, you broke, man. It's all good, man. We get you together, man. We figure out a way for you to watch, man. I might have to do some watch parties or something on one of the apps. What's that app? House Party app. Let's see. Court. That's what's up, man. Go and make that money. Hey, Max 45, what's up? What's up? Yeah, this is a good show, man. It's interesting. Definitely, definitely. Anybody want to come on live, say anything, ask any questions? More than welcome to. Let's see what's up. The second episode was interesting because after all of the cult things going on, what he ended up doing, because Courtney B. Vance knew when they was in this male only room that it was an order. And whenever you see the order or Knights of or things of that nature, it's all a different arm of the same branch. And so he knew that he was able to communicate certain things and rules that they would abide by. And sure enough, they gave the respect when he said that he was the blood of their founder, even though it was barely a drop of it. Tig had that blood, that he wanted them all to leave, and they left. And so, by the way, he's young and he good, strong dude. But I mean, from the forehead, from the eyebrow up, he looked like he about 65 years old, straight up. From here to here, dude got so many lines on his forehead, he looked like he been stressing straight up. Damn, bro. From the eyebrow down, he looked like he about 22. Straight up. Good looking brother, muscular, in shape. But from the forehead up, oh my goodness gracious, what man? They've been stressing you out, bro. Anyway, don't take it personal if you see my stream. Don't beat me up. All right. Anyway, let's take a look at the trailer. Let me see if I can pull that up. Trailer, what's going on? Lovecraft Country. Whitey's on the moon. Let's see. They got the whole thing on. Well, I'm not gonna show that, as I couldn't if I wanted to. But let's see. It's actually on YouTube. So I just pulled it up right now while I'm doing this stream, because I was going to show you the trailer. But if you type in Lovecraft Country episode 2, the whole episode is on YouTube. So after this stream, hey, check it out. You probably got episode 1 on there for free as well. You don't even have to wait for HBO. You can just watch it right away. I just checked it out right now. So with that being said, make sure you check it out after this, and we gonna make sure we got more to chop it up about. Jazzy, what's up? What's up? You having a good one? Let's see. Michelina, you need to stop saying that all the time. Anyway, anybody trying to get on the live? I'm gonna post it right here if anybody interested. Let's see. All right. I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So this is the first time me streaming on Twitter. Normally I'm streaming on Facebook. So gave it a chance, and we'll see what's going on for my Twitter audience. Try to give them a little extra content for a change. So anyway, that's about it for episode 2 of Lovecraft Country. For the most part, we saw, before, that ain't about it. My bad. I'm tripping. Before it's almost over, he ends up, they using his blood because he is son of the sun. And before they escaped, they tried to all escape when they found his father. And when they tried to escape, it's some type of magical barrier or something over the bridge. And that's how the car hit that magical barrier, and they was almost damn near dead. And so when they got out of that car crash, it was like going full speed into a brick wall, except it was some type of magical wall that you couldn't see. And they ended up running into it when they was about to escape after they got his pops. And so when they was getting out the car, the dude shot two of them. Okay, he shot two of them, and so it was just Tig and his pops. He shot Unc, and he shot Letty. And so they told him, you participate in this ceremony and they'll be healed. So he agreed, and then he healed Letty, and she got up off the couch. And so he had that ring and everything. He was able to see what was going on. It was like his third eye opening in a way, a portal. And then when they did that ceremony, that woman was his ancestor. That was his great grandmother. That was the one that escaped the original fire, the only person that escaped. And she's the one that led him out of the same predicament, because when they was trying to open up that power is too much to be contained inside of that building. And he turned them all to stone. Now that one is a little confusing, and I'm trying to understand. I'm thinking maybe they got turned to stone because they saw something they wasn't supposed to see, because they didn't have the pure blood. And the only difference between Tig and before is that he was able to escape. So, hey, I appreciate it, man. Thanks, man. Yeah. So, it's interesting. Good show. With that being said, when they get out of there, because I don't want to spoil the episode for you, but they end up getting out of there and going back to Chicago at the end of episode 2. Okay. And we see that things is going to be different once they get back. And so I'm looking forward to episode 3, because they got money now for some reason. And I got a couple of speculations on how they got the money. And I think it's because he probably got the inheritance after, things happen or whatever. And now he got the money now so they can move. But just because Chicago wasn't in the South, and just because people weren't working on plantations, Chicago is very segregated. And even to this day, it's still segregated, but it's more segregated, at least on paper, economically, and not so much racially. But sometimes it just ends up happening that people ends up living next to people like them, and just only when you get a certain amount of money, you don't care who your neighbor is no more. You just want certain amenities, I'm guessing. So you don't have a certain amount of money to get certain amenities, then you probably prefer living by people next to you, but maybe that's just me, or maybe that's human nature. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, what's up, support? How do I do these reviews so smoothly? Man, I don't know, man. I didn't know it was that smooth, but I'm glad you think so. I mean, I got a good memory. And I always had like a photographic memory, in the sense that if I'm watching a movie or a TV show, I can remember it in order. And if I've seen it more than once, maybe 2 or 3 times, then I'm really going to remember it. And even since I was a kid, even when I go to the barber shop getting faded up, when I'd be 8, 9 years old, I would always be telling them about whatever new movie I just watched. And they'd always be wanting to know what it is, looking forward to it. And I'd break down the whole thing from start to finish while getting my cut. I did that for years as a kid. And that was just conversation. And I wasn't like learning it for them. We just be having conversation and talk. Hey man, what you been seeing, man? What movie you seen this time, man? Oh man, I ain't seen this. Oh man, I saw this. Oh yeah, well this is what happened. And so maybe just cause that's just been maybe conversation and just being able to see something and remember it, then maybe that's able to do it. I ain't never had a problem with talking, so be able to do that as well as remembering it. I guess maybe that's why it may seem so smooth. I don't know. Like I say, to me, I didn't never think about it like that. So you pointing out something new to me, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you think so, though. Anyway, let's see. Any more things? Anybody got any things they still want to know about the episode or the show so far? Anybody interested? You know, any questions they got unanswered? Let's see, Jazzy, y'all, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. I try. That's one thing, you know, a lot of my friends and family know that I remember a lot of stuff, man. I just detailed type person without like trying to. I'm not like sitting there. What did you do? What did you do? I just can remember that stuff. So I just remember it. I don't know. I'm not like doing it on purpose. So, you know, I guess maybe I'm fortunate in that regard because I don't really do it like with any effort. So that's what's helpful. If I had to put more effort into it, then I probably would have stopped a long time ago, because then it would be way too much effort, way too much work, and making enough money and taking up too much time and too much stress and stuff. So, you know, that's what helped me make all these videos and things and stuff, because it's a lot easier for me, you know. So, you know, let's see. Is there a season 2 confirmed? As of yet, I haven't heard that. Let's see what they say on IMDb. As of now, they only have 1 season confirmed. So we'll see. The next episode is, of course, this Sunday. And yeah, as of now, nope. And once again, I just want to give props to Courtney B. Vance, being married to Angela Bassett for so long, man. Hey, man, I give you props, brother. Good job, man. Not only a talented actor, but you got excellent taste in women. You've been treating her right. Something's right, because you all been together for a long time. So, hey, good job. Appreciate that. Maybe one day I may find me a Angela Bassett and be married for a long time too. Who knows? Anyway, we can all have our dreams, right? With that being said, Michelina, I appreciate it. He was trying to make me put me down a second ago, but it's all good. All right. Anyway, with that being said, I appreciate y'all. And based on how this video goes, maybe I'll do another Lovecraft Country live, and maybe you all want ask some questions or come on live or whatever. We can do that, and maybe I'll get some clips that we can show. But I got to be careful because of copyright restrictions and things. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm about to be up out of here. And appreciate y'all for stopping through. And I'm out of here. Peace.